How you doing, YouTube? That's better, right? Better intro that way. How you doing, YouTube? This is Will from Will Development, and this is the second part where I talk about why we eat the way we eat, and this is about bulking. And as you know, it's kind of a short and sweet story, and somehow I still managed to talk for 10 minutes, right? I talk a lot, but if you didn't see that other video, the link's in the description box below. Check it out, and this is about bulking, why we eat the way we eat. And I talked about a little bit in the other video how the reason we eat the way we eat is to space out the meals evenly, blah, 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 blah. When you're bulking, it's a little bit different than cutting. Odds are you're not going to be hungry when you're bulking. Odds are you're going to be so freaking full most of the time that you're going to be worried about digestion, period. Which is why you should spread your meals out every 2 hours, 2.5 hours, most 3. That's going to make sure you stay anabolic, number 1, which is where your body uses external caloric intake instead of stored fat cells, or even worse, muscle cells, which is actually what catabolism is. Sounds a lot scarier than it actually is. But you eat that way because odds are when you train, and I said in the other video, I'm going to talk about training between cutting and bulking, how that differs slightly as well. But generally speaking, when you're bulking, your training is going to be a lot more, it's going to have more volume. You're going to be doing a lot more sets. So you're going to need that extra energy. I'm funny where when I bulk, I like to do cardio. When I'm cutting, I don't. Because I know my caloric intake is so low that as such, I'm going to lose the weight no matter what I do as long as I keep my training up. Whereas with bulking, I want to try to limit fat, so I need to burn some of those extra calories I probably grabbed that I didn't need. Because I'm one of those dudes, when I bulk, when I'm in a bulking phase, the more the merrier when it comes to calories. And I try to keep it as clean as possible, but you know, accidents happen. So calories, you know what I mean? I just want them. I want as many as I can get. I want to get too many because I want to make sure I have energy to do the volume training that I'm doing. But the other reason that we eat the way we eat when we bulk is because it's hard to shove down 5,000, 6,000 calories. Who knows how many you're eating, 5,000 calories a day. It's hard to eat that in 3 meals, period. I don't care who you are. It's tough to do. I mean, if you have a breakfast that consists of 1,500 calories, granted most of that could be in protein from eggs, which albeit aren't that filling, but you're going to want to try to balance your macros as much as possible, getting X amount from carbs, X amount from protein, and X amount from fats. And it's hard to do that if you're only eating 3 meals. It's just that simple. So if you're eating 6 times a day, which, as always, I do consider protein shakes a meal because they are macronutrient rich, it's a lot easier to spread out the meals. So whether you're aware or not, I've talked about it before, but when I'm bulking, I actually have a protein shake in between my meals. So I'll eat 4 times while I'm at work, but I'll have a mass gainer protein because they have a little bit more, so to speak, you get more bang for your buck that way because most of them are like 4 scoops in your drink, and if you just cut those by 4, it's basically the same price and you're getting protein, period. And they usually have some healthy cholesterol, fats, and things like that in them, and sometimes some fiber, because they actually do engineer them for you to take it in one freaking shot, which I'm not a fan of, but I eat 6 times a day if you want to. I eat physical meals 4 times a day, but I actually get 6 meals a day while I'm at work for 9 hours. In the building for 9 hours. I work 8, but I do that because I want to make sure I get all my macros and I want to get my caloric intake for the day, which when I'm bulking can be anywhere between 4,000 to 5,000 calories, sometimes even 6, depends on how I feel that week, how I feel that day sometimes. Sometimes you're just hungrier. But the other part of eating the way we eat when we're bulking is, no, that's just it. It's easier to get your macros that way. If you eat 90 grams of protein in 1 serving, you're going to have some serious digestive problems. Like it's gonna be hard to shit, period. And odds are you'll feel way too full to eat your next meal, even if it is 3 hours away, 4 hours away, who knows, And I understand life happens, but you know what? right now I'm cutting, and I started bringing fish to work, and I'm in the habit of basically bringing my meals in cold and I warm them up just before I eat them. It just takes 3 minutes, so it's, you know, it's not that long. I just beep and then I eat them, and it doesn't take that long to eat either. But it's kind of a dick thing to do, to heat up fish in an office, you know what I mean? Like, it's a dick thing to do. It makes the whole place smell like fish. So I just today started heating up my food at home and then bringing it to work warm and then just eating it throughout the day. And you know what? By the end of the day, my fourth meal, other than my veggies, I actually leave those frozen or cold, however they are. And I do take the time to heat those up, because those aren't, the odor from them is not as appalling. So, by my fourth meal, my fucking food was cold. Like, it wasn't even lukewarm anymore. It was basically just cold, and it was kind of even hard to eat the fish. But my point is, there's no fucking reason you can't make your meals every morning or the night before, heat them up in the morning, wake up a couple minutes early. You know, it's not that challenging. It's really not. If you can wake up 10 minutes early and spend the time to heat each container up 2 minutes, take the top off, by the way. Like, you can leave the lid on, but don't, like, leave it sealed. I say all the time this isn't a cooking show, but I feel like I should warn people, because I feel like they'll take every word I say and actually go literally do what I tell them to do. And that fears me, because, like, there are pretty stupid people out there. And I don't want to get blamed for somebody blowing up their fucking microwave. Or worse, their food, you know what I mean? I like where that, how I think, right? Like, food here, microwave here. You can get another one of those. But if you only got that one piece of fish, you're going to have a rough time. You ain't going to get your macros, bro. Shit. So I guess that's about it. I mean, it's kind of short and sweet why we eat the way we eat. And I rhyme, which means I have to know what I'm talking about. So that's it. You know, if you have any other questions, all of my, you know, leave a comment below, like and comment on this video, and subscribe to my channel. If you have any other questions, or you just don't feel like commenting on a YouTube video because, you know, I don't know, you're funny about it, who knows. You can hit me up on Facebook and all my other social media, all my other social media stuff. It's all in the description box below. And if you're bulking and you're not splitting your meals up throughout the day, then what's your excuse?